That was special. Class of 2019 graduates of Glasgow, Caledonia, New York College. It's indeed an honor for me to be here to speak to you, to be invited to speak to you, and to receive this award. I think when you become a woman over 50, those Lifetime Achievement Awards are your destiny. I feel like the work that I have been doing at Dress for Success over the last 20 years, that this award is not for me, but is for the 1.2 million women who work now because of this organization. I just wanted you to know how extraordinary being here today with you means for me. As you mark this achievement in your lives, this master's degree that is going to be given to you today for the hard work that you have done, you deserve to be celebrated. You have completed assignment after assignment after assignment, and for that, you should be celebrated today. Today is not your beginning, and it certainly is not your end. It is one long step in the journey. Some of you got here today swiftly. Your road was well paved. No bumps or rocks, and only colorful street signs. The lights on your road were bright, and it allowed you to see every step of the way. In fact, some of you didn't just walk here, you ran here. You got here today, and it's still just one step in your journey. You went to high school and college and got your bachelor's degree and now your master's. Some of you were positioned for this day years ago. You know exactly what you want to do right now. While others of you, like me, maybe took the back road, not paved, not perfect. In fact, there were no street signs, no names on the streets, no stop signs to brace you from oncoming traffic. In fact, some of you walked when it was dark. Sometimes you walked alone and even maybe questioned, why am I here? Should I even continue on this journey? But just when you thought maybe you should stop, the road became clearer. That swerving road became more narrowed. You saw the light. That light will walk you right here onto this stage today. Your path may not have been a straight line. In fact, it could have been dotted. No one walks the same road. Our journey is never the same. And even though you're graduating today, many of you with the same degrees, others of you with different master's degrees, your career, your advancement begins now. Some of you will work in completely different arenas, even though you've studied for what you thought you wanted to do. You may never work in that path. You will leave here and see a different road, and trust me, it's okay. For those of you who think you may have walked the wrong road, you never did. I would say you walked this way because it is your destiny. And as you get closer to your purpose in life, you will understand what your intention in life is. When I started to put my thoughts on paper today and thinking about my journey, I realized that this is a moment that I should recognize myself. That in 1989, now 30 years ago, I walked across the stage like you. At that time, I received my bachelor's degree in broadcast, radio, television, film. And I immediately thought that I would embark upon a career as a journalist. In fact, as soon as I graduated with this BA in journalism, I got my first interview for a job as a reporter in a small town. When I saw the salary and realized that I would be making less than I was making at the shoe store, I realized, oh no, I'm not a journalist. I'm going to go back to school and get a law degree. And so I went back to school the next semester and started on a different path of getting a law degree. I really thought with the journalism degree and the law degree, I would combine both efforts and become a legal analyst. You know, the kind of nicer, kinder Nancy Grace. I thought that was me. My road was never straight. It was winding from the time I was a child. My mentor in law school said to me, Joy, what are you going to do when you get out of school next year? And I had really prepared my remarks to him. I said, I'm going to become a legal analyst. I see myself on one of the big network television shows, and I'm going to cover trials. And almost as quickly as I gave him my speech of what I was going to do, he said to me, well, why would they believe you? You've never been in a courtroom. And I thought, dang, I got to practice. So I did. He suggested that I either get a job as a public defender or as a prosecutor and get as much experience under my belt in a record amount of time and then go on to my path as a legal analyst. And so I moved to New York. I took a job as an assistant district attorney in the Bronx criminal court system, one of 400 assistant DAs in the Bronx. And there I started, down the road. Well, I will tell you, as quiet as it's kept, I was becoming known as the worst prosecutor in the Bronx. In fact, the DA's office would seldom try to get me in the courtroom during arraignments because somehow I was letting people out instead of keeping people in. I would literally walk from the train station to work, and the defendants in which I was prosecuting would say, "That's my prosecutor," and they'd wave at me, and I'd wave back, and they'd say, "She's so nice." So my days were numbered. I saw this organization on the news one morning. I was getting ready for work. I was putting on my power suit, and again, it was a job I didn't ever wanted. And I often thought, if I am in this role as a prosecutor, there's the possibility that one day I could get it wrong. And I could prosecute the wrong person, and they would then serve time for a crime they didn't commit. And that was way too much of a burden for me. So there that morning, I'm listening to the news, and I'm watching Good Day New York, and I see this woman who's just right out of law school talking about how she got an inheritance from her great-grandfather of $5,000, and that she was giving women suits to go on interviews. As I'm sitting there putting on my power suit, I thought, well, this sounds like a great organization. I think what I'll do is I'll take down the number and I'll donate a suit. And it was really my intention to donate one suit to this organization. By the end of the day, I had called the number, and I really, and this tells you how long ago it was, some 20 years, I thought I was going to get the voicemail, answering machine probably. And in fact, she answered the phone, and she said, "Hi, this is Dress for Success." And I said, "Oh my goodness, I saw a woman on the news this morning, and I'd like to donate a suit." And she said, "That was me, I was on the news." Thought, oh my God, I said, "Well, listen, I have a suit." She said, "Well, what do you do for a living?" And I thought, these nosy New Yorkers, because, I'm from Oklahoma. So I thought, I'm a lawyer. She said, "Great, I need a lawyer on the board." So I joined the board of Dress for Success. And within 1 year, I left the work that I was doing in the courthouse. I never looked back because my intention, my purpose in life was to do good. And for the last 20 years at Dress for Success, I have not only seen over 1 million women get dressed throughout the world. We started in a basement of a church in New York City. Today we have 158 offices in 28 countries around the world. We've dressed more than 1.2 million women, and that really means that 3 to 4 million children now have moms who work. And so I will tell you that the journalism degree, coupled with the law degree, coupled with the volunteerism, coupled with joining a board of directors, got me to where I am right now. That I never questioned the why. That I think what I wanted to do was to build a life of purpose. And so it was really wonderful when about 5 years ago, one of the Dress for Success clients, after I spoke, handed me a card and said, "This is for you, Joy." And when I opened the card, it was the poem called "The Dash." Are you familiar? So, there's a poem written by a woman by the name Linda Ellis, and it says, I read of a man who stood to speak at a funeral of a friend, and he referred to the dates on the tombstone from the beginning to the end. He noted that the first date came with the birth and spoke of the following date with tears. But he said what mattered most was the dash in between. What I'm here to tell you is to live your dash. You have received this significant achievement in your life today, but it is not to shelve this degree or to continue to do the work that you did before today. It is for you to live your dash. Live a life of purpose. Be plentiful. Think about the way you are going to change the world and the impact having this degree and graduating from this college of learning is going to make on the communities that you will serve. Live a life of purpose. It is important that throughout your career and throughout your time, building and achieving and really celebrating the best of who you are, that you find your purpose. And when you find your purpose and figure out your passion in life, you will live the life that you were destined to live forever. So from today forward, it is important for you to live your dash. Everything you do from this point on must be intentional. You have proven that you can do the work. You did the work. And we celebrate you for doing the work. You got that. It's time to intersect your purpose with your passion. What will they say about you? How will they celebrate your life? What are the good things that you will be remembered for? And whose lives will you be known for changing? It is your responsibility, all of your responsibilities, to leave this world better than you found it. And I truly believe that receiving a degree from this university, you are on your way. Thank you. Thank you.